my frustrations. Like, I feel like one thing I can't stand is that it's not that deep.
No,
because it is that deep. But then how do you get other people to understand it's not that, it is that deep? Because that's where, like, my heart just, like... Because even when Christians say things like it's not that deep, not even on a judgmental one, but it is. Girl, I'm in love with your booty, but that was my tune. Like how I loved, so catchy. How I loved,
and that's how it goes.
That's how they get in. That was my tune.
Yeah,
I do like.
It was a bit overwhelming.
The thing is, I liked it because I liked the storyline and the mix up and all of that. I liked the crime and all that. But even the just killing out of nowhere, I was just like, I was thinking, I was watching this calmly before.
I don't stop for crying.
As in, like, guys, generally, I was watching it calmly. I felt no type of way. I was loving it.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Flatmates Podcast. I'm Kirsty.
I'm Socha.
I'm Alexis.
And I'm Basola.
And we don't live, we lie together. We're back.
So, jumping into a flatmate debrief.
Yeah, I have a mini debrief. My thing is just always have something to look forward to. Like that's my main thing. Basically, I had an exam and it was terrible. Well, okay, it wasn't terrible because I passed, but at the time, it wasn't terrible because I passed, but at the time it felt horrible because I ran out of time. I just felt flustered. It was just so much things going on. But the next day I actually had a theatre trip with two of my friends. And honestly, it was exactly what I needed. It was just amazing. It was just like wholesome. I didn't think about the exam for that whole day after thinking about it for like 24 hours consistently over and over again, thinking, did I pass? Did I write enough? So just in general, I think in life, just have something to look forward to. Whether it's a holiday, whether it's like a friendship day, whether it's a solo day. I've decided now I'm always having something in every month to look forward to. I've already booked my August.
Yeah, I was going to say, so what's happening in July?
July, I have one of our friends' barbecue. I'm really looking forward to that because it's going to be a big link up. Very big link up.
Why did you say that?
I saw a snap the other day and I thought, damn, that's going to be a link up. But that's going to be a very big link up. And in August, I actually booked...
the same okay, sure.
Yeah, you're thinking of the same thing. Trust me. But you're thinking of the same thing. And in August, I booked the Composers.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, is it? I didn't know they're doing another show.
Yeah, but they're doing it like small in the Jazz Cafe place.
Oh, okay.
So it's in like a small in the Jazz Cafe in Camden. It's going to be like really small.
Wow.
They're doing it in August.
That's what they used to do, like intimate vibes.
Yeah, August, September, and October. I was gonna book October.
One every single month.
Yeah, August, September, October. So I just booked the August one, just so I have something to look forward to.
Yeah.
But yeah, always have something to look forward to, guys.
Yeah.
I have a question though. When you exit the exam, did you think about what you're looking forward to straight away, or was it when you were doing that thing, then it was like, oh, now I'm not thinking about the exam?
No, basically, when I deeped, the things tomorrow, I was like, thank God I have something to look forward to. I'm so glad it's tomorrow.
Something to look forward to.
No, I'm just like so glad it's tomorrow. Do you get what I mean? I was like, that's exactly what I need because I could not stop thinking about it.
I was saying that to my friend that like, when you're working and you've got a holiday always booked, it's helpful because you feel like, I don't mind working because I know that in 3 months I'm going to Dubai, I'm going to Greece, I'm going here. Yeah.
But I do think... You say Dubai, but I do think it doesn't always have to be a holiday. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said friendship date because it's like this is like in this current economy, not everyone can always have a holiday booked. I feel like this is the first time in a long time I have no idea when my next one is.
Holiday is, yeah.
I literally have no idea. In my head, it's loading, but I haven't booked nothing.
Yeah.
So I said, nah, I have to do something else.
My weeks, like actually, I don't know why it took me so long to realise that, but like. When the week is coming, I'm like, I've got this is coming this week. And that's what actually gets me through the week.
Yeah.
So, for instance, what have I got this week? I don't know.
You can do last week.
I'm going to the park with Bex.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of Bex, listen. She made a cake on... Guys, that was the best cake I've had in my life. No, I'm so sorry.
Sound like Sabrina.
No, it's literally sound like Sabrina. But honestly, like, her hands are blessed. Because it's the taste of the cake that is just like... And I'm not that much of a cake person.
No,
I'm not that much... But she is like...
Yeah.
God is in that. God is in her hands, yeah.
Yeah, she's the one that got me baking apple crumble because like uni times we'll be baking, or like to then lockdown I was banging out baking apple crumble or cookies or something. We were just always baking. She's such a baker girl.
Serious baker. Anyone else?
Cute little debrief that.
That was really nice.
I don't have a debrief. I don't think.
I don't have a debrief, but to counteract, if that's the word, what you guys were saying, I'm the opposite. Like, I like looking forward to days where I have nothing to do. Like, days where I can just chill. Because sometimes, like, when there's too much in my calendar, I don't know, like...
Yeah, but doesn't that count as having something to look forward to?
I know, yeah, but you were saying, like, friendship... You said something that triggered this thought about...
Oh, like, whenever the week starts, I'm like, what have I got?
Yeah, what have I got? Yeah, whereas I'm like... Oh my god, the week's starting. At what point can I do nothing?
Yeah.
At what point can I just chill?
But that's something still
I know. I'm just saying that mine's the opposite.
Yeah.
You guys look forward to going
It depends. If I've had a really busy weekend, like, if I know that on Friday it's going to be so busy until like Tuesday, I can't wait till Tuesday.
Yeah, it depends what it is. Yeah, it depends what it is.
Like my last weekend was manic. I was like, so from Thursday I was thinking about I can't wait to the sleep I'm going to have on Monday.
Yeah,
the
sleep I'm going to
which is crazy.
Guys, I'll be thinking about my sleep.
Which is crazy, yeah.
Even in the morning, I only get out of bed because I say to myself, you can sleep tonight.
Yeah.
Like, by the way, tonight's coming.
Yeah.
You can sleep tonight. Yeah. And that's the only thing.
Guys, we're really adulting. This is what we're thinking about. We are adulting.
I do another holiday as well. It's funny because when I came back from my travels, I was like, I don't want to see another place. I'm exhausted.
You're ready now?
I'm ready.
Ready.
I've literally already started
Sign me up.
places.
I was even thinking about maybe going back to Croatia, like normally, you know.
Really?
Normally, guys. Not on the party, because when we went partying, I thought this country is beautiful, but there was so much noise, so you can't even take in the country.
That's like Portugal, I guess, because I went there, but I didn't get to explore it properly because I was always on bloody beach.
Like, I deeped it. We deeped it when we was on the car.
This recent trip, I kept on saying to everybody, like when they're like, "What's the most beautiful place you went to?" Croatia, hands down. Now it's Cambodia, but at the time Croatia, and I actually have an invite to Croatia.
Oh yeah.
I met somebody on my travels, and he's been on me like, "When are you gonna come to Croatia? When are you gonna come to Croatia? When are you gonna come to Croatia?" And I'm an ifin, so if you see me pop up in Croatia, you know.
Well, be safe this time,
I might have to join you. Not every day solo.
Isn't it?
We just talked about your kidnap and you're going again.
To meet strangers again.
Look at her.
I know, and this is more scary to me. Going to actually meet.
Are you gonna stay like? No, he wouldn't give you like a com, right?
Yeah, I would have to like book my own place.
It's all
working out, guys. But would you guys ever do like a ghost to meet somebody? Like imagine somebody DM'd you guys and he was like buff and like hot stuff, and you were feeling him back and forth, and he said, "Oh, come fly to New York." Like,
no, we must have had.
We need to be chatting.
We must be chat. You must be FaceTiming. I must know bear.
Like FaceTime. Like we built a relationship.
It's so mad because on a podcast episode,
you're like,
you don't know.
No, I'd go to New York because it's New York.
So you'll see him for a day, and then who's paying, him or we?
Him or we?
So fresh, like
him or we?
Him or we? Or us?
Who's we?
Him or us? Oh, Fred says no.
But can't you fly to me though?
Are we coming with you?
You fly to me first.
Instead of saying who's paying, him or me or him or
it's not even a question, but he was okay.
But because that would play a
part in it.
But he'd have to pay if he wants to see you. And you're
no, but then don't you want to see him?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a lot of things that happen all the time. Everyone just expects the guy to be like the guys actually want them to like
to meet me.
Yeah.
And like he was like,
what
country?
Like
Canada. Sorry, because that's mad. Because imagine one day I just end up in Canada. You lot are gonna be like,
why are you there?
Well then.
And he's like, to show he was serious. It was like he would pay.
Shows you serious.
But I'm not there, so it just shows that I'm not there.
Yeah.
True.
But no, we'd have to have built a relationship.
Yeah, definitely I've built a relationship for me to go there. But I feel like I'm not completely like, no, actually. I think it's because of a don't tell my wife. One of their listeners actually did that. As in like, he met the girl at Soft Life Ski. But then they've met already. Yes, he met the girl at Soft Life Ski and he was like... She was from Canada. Well, he said 7 hours away.
Oh, I think it was Canada. And then it was like, what's she doing at Soft Life Ski? Skiing Canada.
Yes, literally.
Yeah.
And then he just said he liked her so much, they've been speaking, and now he's taking the trip. But he was like, am I mad for doing this?
No.
But you're not, because you've even met in person.
Wow.
And that opened my eyes. That opened my eyes.
At least you've met in person.
Yeah, that opened my eyes. But
so I met the Croatian guy in person.
Fair.
So...
Wait, is it on that?
No, I don't know, actually.
Oh!
I don't think so. What?
No, you're spinning the people. Oh my god.
Oh, that could be. Maybe, but...
Is he your spec?
No.
Oh.
Then you're just...
If he's listening, sorry, man.
Yeah, I was even
burst
thinking.
his bubble.
Sorry.
But yeah, she shares her location with us, so we know she's good.
Yeah, true.
You see someone in Croatia? Yeah,
You know why?
Literally.
Then you know why.
Oh gosh.
So, they say that your eyes are the keys. They say that your eyes are the soul. I mean, the door to your soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Facts. Agreed.
Oh, why do you agree?
Because it's true. Whatever you see will affect you, whether positively or negatively. Your eyes are like a lamp to your whole body.
Yeah.
Scripture.
Scripture, Matthew 6:22, yeah.
Yeah. But where do you guys find the balance in life? So, are we all agreeing, by the way, as well?
That your eyes are.
To rephrase it, they say, whoever they is,
Oh.
that your eyes are the doors/windows
To your soul.
to your soul.
Oh.
Are we all in agreement?
No, I agree.
Your soul, your mind, your will, and your emotions. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
So
break it
then
down.
now, with life, how do you balance letting... Because you see certain stuff, you're scrolling on social media hours and hours of the day. So it's like, do you delete all social media and hide under a rock? Or do you...
I feel like it's important just not to be ignorant.
Okay.
In general, like, don't be ignorant to the fact that your eyes are a window to your soul, like, and they actually can affect everything that you... Like, everything that you see can affect your mind, your body, etc. Like, recently, I started rewatching Power, and I was like...
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I literally just rewatched it, and
It's mad.
you guys are liars, because everyone's like, Power's so good. It's really not.
But that one...
Power is good. It's
season
very
1 to
explicit.
Season 1 to 5 was good. Season 6, like, everyone just became annoying, but...
Oh,
Like,
but still,
as in,
that's
when
a
I
whole
was-
5 seasons. What was good, by the
When
way.
I was watching, I was just like, this is just like...
It's very sexual.
It's very in your face.
It's very,
I was like,
yeah.
I didn't realise it was
Yeah.
every
I've
other
never
scene.
seen Power.
Of you know.
Yeah.
I do like.
It was a bit overwhelming.
The thing is, I liked it because I liked the storyline and the
crime,
mix-up
I
and all of that. I liked the crime and all of
Yeah.
that. But even the just
Like-
killing out of nowhere,
like
I was just
crime.
like...
Yeah.
I was thinking, I was watching this calmly before.
I don't stand for crime.
As in, like, guys, generally, I was watching it calmly. I felt no type of way. I was loving it. I had to be having breaks. This time I was having breaks.
It's very
I was also
overwhelming.
praying after, before if I was watching before I sleep, I was making sure,
Just
no,
becoming more sensitive
like
to
pray,
spirit.
yeah. My spirit was too, I was like, no, but Alexis, you need to stop. Like, seriously.
I think it was just a bit unrealistic. Because, well, as in... I just think
Obviously,
season
it's
6 was just too
I don't remember
unrealistic.
like what happened in each.
No, but it's because in
yeah.
season 6 there was like just killing in broad daylight. Obviously, it might
Yeah.
but it was just like you didn't seriously do this and no one heard you.
Right,
no
right.
one
Yeah.
was nothing. Like you're in some big ass
Oh, like that,
neighborhood.
yeah.
You just gone pow pow and then you've gone. You just walked away in broad daylight and no one has seen you.
And the thing is,
No.
the unrealistic thing, as in like, it's not real, is what people will use as well. Do you get what I mean? I'm not saying that you're using that, but I'm saying in general, people will be like, oh, it's just a movie. It's just a TV show. It's just a song. It's just an
people get ideas
artist.
from- People probably
Of course.
get
Because what
ideas from what they
influence?
see.
Like one thing I always say, I don't understand what can influence a man or a woman to go and sit down and write a nasty horror. Because what, like, how is that? Like, I can't watch horror. Like, I'm scared. Like, personally,
I've never been a horror girl.
Yeah, I don't
like,
even watch 15
never.
films. Like, I might watch a 15. Like, if it's like.
Nah, Kirsty, you're
romance
boying
or
it.
action.
15.
But if I saw a thriller or something for age 15, I know that that's too old for me.
Oh, did you say trailer or thriller? Oh, thinking, I'm trying to.
Trailer.
Do you see what I mean? Because she's
I got
guys,
you.
she went to Ghana and now she's. Are you still there?
Mentally.
Literally.
No, but I don't understand why someone can sit and write a nasty horror script. Like, because how is
I
it
don't get
okay
it.
for you?
Yeah.
And some of the things,
but
how
a
do
lot
they
of
think
them-
of it?
Yeah,
You
but a
wrote
lot
it
of
and you're
horrors,
okay.
and because I watch horror, I mean, not really
If
anymore.
you did, you did.
Yeah.
I actually haven't
It's
watched. I
not
haven't watched. I haven't
me.
watched a horror in a while, to be fair. But I just think of it because I know it's being recorded, and some of them are actually based on true stories. Like there was one that was based literally like I can't remember what film it was, but it was based on like one of the roads near my colleges, and it was based on a true
Yeah.
story. So, I mean, it just depends on what you like. But I don't.
But what do you mean?
As in,
Yeah.
so because I know that horror films are recorded. Do you know? I think the day I realized that Harry Potter was not real was that the day I just didn't care about movies anymore because I watched the behind the scenes by accident and I saw it was all green screen. No, I literally stumbled across it and I was like,
you used to think that was real?
I used to think Hogwarts was real.
I've never watched Harry Potter in my life.
I was a serial Harry Potter watcher, so I really liked that. I really...
How old were you when this was when you found this out?
It was like a heartbreaking moment for you, innit?
I was a teen.
It was heartbreaking, innit?
I promise you. I was like, oh my god, this is green screen.
Not even Avatar. They're all green screen.
Well, I know that now, but I didn't know that then.
Yeah. Marvel, like, it's green.
So I feel like the reason why sometimes I can get through horror is because I know it's people acting.
You have that rationale, basically.
I don't really watch it for because it's like scary things.
That's what Lex was saying about the whole. It's not real. It's just a movie, basically.
No, but horror horrors are real because like if you're running in a house and someone shaking you with a knife, that's not fake. Like, it's flying in the air and that's what I'm saying.
I think it depends on, because like sometimes I'll rather watch horror that's based on something true as opposed to someone that's just made a
scary.
And that is more scary.
It's like watching true crime. It's like
so when I say like crime, I can't watch crime docs like that. I like crime as in like the powers, like the drug, so bad.
Yeah, same.
Shows and that's mad. That's actually mad. Like what else in there? Like. Just
but that's less realistic. Top Boy,
those kind of crimes, and it's
it's more like crime action.
Crime action, I like, drama. But I don't like crime docs. They scare me. And murder docs, I couldn't watch
stuff like Criminal Minds.
Yeah, things like that.
I've never the serial killers that.
Guys, Criminal Minds.
That watch like 3 a.m. and they're watching crime documentary. I can't do that.
Yeah, it's mad.
My brother loves that stuff, like couples that kill.
When it's based on true story, no. But Criminal Minds, I was watching that religiously. I was actually feeling shook on the train. Everything, guys, you can't. It's actually what you watch is so important.
I wanted to say actually,
I was actually shook on the train, thinking things will happen to me.
That you guys ever watched that has actually made you feel either really off in the moment or afterwards, it's really impacted you.
No, it's Criminal Minds.
Me and the girls, me, Shan, Lily, and Alex. When we was 12, who told us to go and watch that? I think it was for Shannon's birthday or something. Went to Stratford to go and watch Woman in Black. I remember sleeping because back then as well, at that time I had a bunk bed. So I remember like I was
back then. She's making it known. It's back then.
No, I wasn't shaming. I said like because I don't now. So no, because it adds to what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was like, why am I not come for me? So I was on the top of the bed. So I remember
because the scene
I'm high,
out the window.
I've never watched it.
I was high because I was on the top, and then I could see like in the corner.
Look at Kirsty doing all these actions.
Like it was like I felt like there was a black figure, and I'm not one that Jesus, thank you, that sees images or sees things like that, scary figures. Thank God I've not experienced anything like that. But after watching that Woman in Black, I remember just thinking that there was something in the corner, and I felt very off. I was 12 or 11, one of the two.
And
I remember it, and I think that's the last horror I actually watched. I'm not doing this to my spirit, to my soul.
No, it's literally.
It's true.
Nah.
Sabrina said Taken.
Taken, that one. Yeah, everyone knows that shook me. I was thinking there's no way I'm going on a solo trip, but I've done it now. That's more calm. But I feel like it opened up my mind. As in, like when I was listening to your story, basically gets.
His daughter just gets taken 3 times.
But why is it so like? Not that's bad. Why is it so scary?
Like, then you feel like, if I ever solo travel, I could get taken. Not even solo.
It was on a trip, 2 of them. No, she wasn't with her dad. Her dad came to find her.
Her dad.
How old was she?
Her dad was the bad man in the show that came to find her.
She got kidnapped. She basically got kidnapped. Her dad's come to find her.
To basically be sex trafficked, and that can actually happen.
And that's why it's more realistic.
Like that's why it's actually more realistic. 100%.
How do you guys feel walking home alone on the street at night? Do you have a key?
I hate the dark. I'm scared of the dark.
You hate the dark. Do you sleep in the dark?
Yeah.
Oh.
But I don't like the dark.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Yeah, like when I walk home at night, I'm very paro. Like if I'm walking to the station, if I'm getting the train, I would just like.
I think it depends on where you are as well, because some places are actually lit, but it's like my area is not lit at night.
No,
like,
it's
I feel
not.
like I'd be more like I'm as scared in London to walk. Not scared, but like on edge in London. So if I'm on a holiday,
I get what you're
trying to say. Like if I'm on holiday abroad, like I feel just as bad. Like
I get what you mean.
It depends. Like I could walk at night in Dubai. Yeah, but
it was
yeah.
What time you'll be getting?
And I'm never.
What time you'll be in the patio? You need to walk, girl.
True.
Yeah.
So when you want to get your steps in sometimes you need a little walk.
No steps still on holiday, girl.
Not in Dubai.
Maybe from the room to the pool.
On the palm.
Literally.
You want to walk on the palm, Jamira.
But no, even though it's unrealistic, I think we shouldn't ignore the spirit and the influences behind the films, the shows that are being put out.
100%.
I think films like Taken just make me realise that there's actually crazy people out there.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I just look on the channel like, you might be really bad. It's so bad. And it's bad because obviously you don't want to profile, but it's like...
You have no idea. Even some of the people that I work with at work, guys, they have schizophrenia, personality disorder. I'm telling you, you guys will have no idea. Like, imagine what happened at work today. Basically, we have a back door to get in, like, for staff only. And obviously, a guy was there. And then I was, like, waiting for him to scan in. Because it's like, I'm not scanning you in because you haven't got your badge. You haven't. Then he was like, oh, you're not going to scan in? I said, no, you scan in. Like, as in, like... I don't know who you are. He was like, I've been working here for 4 years. Then I was like, how am I meant to know that? Then I just scanned in anyway because I was like, you know what, God, please. Then he was like, do I look like a patient to you? I said,
I don't know.
How would I know? And then I was thinking, I'm feeling bad. Did I make him feel like he looks mad? And then when I went upstairs, all my colleagues were like, is he stupid? You should have sent him to the front.
The right thing.
Yeah, because generally our patient...
Really, because then you did let him in.
Yeah, I did, exactly. No, as in like saying to him that, do you know what I mean? If he's been working here for 4 years, he should know that I can't just let anybody in. But literally, guys, anyone can look anyhow and be going through so much mentally. Like, genuinely, you have no idea. And the thing is, that's what's great. That's what scares a lot of people, why people have anxiety, because they think about the fact that normal people just could do anything, and then that stops them from going out, and it goes into a cycle. So you just have to find the balance. Obviously, be aware, but don't let it rule your life.
Yeah, otherwise you'll never do nothing.
You won't do nothing.
You'll never leave the house. Like, But you know that what I think of is, if we're being real about this whole, like, oh, the movies aren't real, but they actually are, because there are spirits. Like, there are people's houses are haunted. There is. So it's like...
People are chanting, people are putting...
That's what I'm saying.
That's the thing, these influences don't come from nothing. Like, we see, like, oh, what else is, like, not just Harry Potter, what other things are there? Like,
Paranormal Activity,
like... Oh my gosh, I remember that.
Yeah.
I didn't watch none of that nonsense, guys.
Even there was... Because the reason why I stopped watching true crime, there was this lady she was, like, obsessed with true crime. And then she committed a crime. Like, she went to kill someone. She pretended to be like a tutor online, just to fulfill the fantasy of what she had watched.
This is what I'm saying.
Okay, this is actually insane. Like, I can't.
It's not good.
You don't even realize your mind literally just becomes so like
invested.
So she was so obsessed with, like, actually seeing if she could, like, get away with murder. And she genuinely thought she would get away with it. And
she had that obsession.
The woman's body in a suitcase on the road, everything. And I was like, we're living in, like, modern day now. Like, come on, you're gonna get caught. Like, how did you...
Yeah, but she was that into it. Like, deep, she was that into it. Like, people need to actually just wake up.
And she literally just was a normal person just watching true crime. Then she just, so that.
But do you think that somebody has to already have something in them to then switch like that? And then I don't think that, me personally, if I start to watch true crime, which I don't have any interest in it, so maybe that's why I would never watch it. But do you not think that maybe there's something wired in them already, and then it sparks it?
I think it's both. I think it can be both.
Yeah.
Because I think people can really be influenced by what they see. Like, and it's like when you become obsessed with something. I think she obviously just had gotten to the point of obsession where she was like, I want to do this. Like, I wasn't watching true crime thinking, oh my God, I want to.
But that's how much she watched.
I was just watching it. She never thought that.
I think yes and no, because I feel like sometimes, even as Christians, we think like spiritual things only happen to Christians, but unbelievers are very much being affected by spiritual things. Because I think one thing we need to realize is that you're inviting spirits. The same way, like, if I was to, like, watch a horror or, like, be drinking alcohol every day or having sex every day or doing these things, you're literally inviting spirits. You're opening a door to allow a spirit to come and influence you, use you. So the lady watching a crime show, you're opening a door for a spirit to come and take influence and use you. And so it may be, some people it's wired in there, but some people it might not be wired. Now opened your mind to this, and it's like a portal. So now you've given them almost legal grounds to come and say, you know what, I'm taking over this body, taking over this mind. And it is a very spiritual thing. Yeah. But to the lady or to, like, the world, it'll be like, it's science, it's psychological, da-da-da-da-da. So her mind has now been interested, obsessed with this one thing, but spiritually, like, she's been...
She's spiritual,
taken over. So that's what
she had an overconsumption because she was like, the extent that she was watching true crime, that I wouldn't even get there.
Yeah, but then
like,
she got addicted to it, so it's something that she has bondage
to.
to.
I think even just like the here and the little, the one
like, the one time it's just opening up, full stop.
Yeah, like I think just opening up, and especially when you're conscious of it. So it's like you're saying about people are just ignorant at the start.
Yeah, I just feel like people are just ignorant.
But I think that's actually what the devil does, isn't it? Like, it makes you think it's not real.
Yeah.
So that he can then manipulate you, as in like I feel like anybody that watches horror movies and like watches Paranormal Activity, for example, and they think, oh my gosh, this demon entering this lady, that could never happen
to me,
or that could never happen in general. Like they just watch this thing thinking it's not real. So then it's like now when they are being affected, let's say for example they're having sleep paralysis, anything's happening, they will never attach it to the movie because
they will never.
The movie's not real.
They've already
but
detached it.
I was telling one of my colleagues about sleep paralysis or a scary dream or something. And he was like, oh, it's just what you eat or before you go to sleep.
That cheese thing is too funny.
And I was just thinking, like, I said to him, like, no, it's actually like spiritual.
It's
deeper. But it's like, they wouldn't even get it. And that's how the enemy can just be whacking you anyhow because you just
literally whacking you. You have no idea why bad thing after bad thing after bad thing is happening.
My friend used to say she used to get like sleep paralysis a lot and like those things because she used to watch horror like all the time, especially at night. At night is when these
I don't understand.
Are working overtime as well.
Like deep when at night when you're you're thinking overthinking.
The way you're feeding your mind is going to be thinking the same way if you go and watch Happy Show, you go to sleep thinking happy. The same way when you sing a song, the song will be in your head, but suddenly you're watching horror and it's not in your head.
It doesn't make.
Let's be real, brother. Like let's actually be real. Of course it is. Like of course it is. Yeah.
But then, so what? Obviously, that film Sinners came out recently. What do you guys think about that? I haven't watched it. I don't really know much about it. But there was a question. Oh, do you think Christians should go and watch it or not? Like so many. It was like online. So many things was going on. I didn't even watch any of the stuff. I just saw the title and said, not for me. And then I just, you know what I mean?
I saw a picture with like I haven't watched, but I saw a picture of a lady with blood all over her. That was just really off-putting, and I was like, oh, it's that kind of film. Because people are like, oh, Christians are only saying don't watch it because it's called Sinners. No, because if I saw a film called Sinners, I would think it's a Christian film trying to open your eyes about this is how we are, but here's how it comes to the light. Like genuinely speaking, until I started seeing TikToks and pictures, I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a Christian film, like showing we are all sinners. Oh, really? Genuinely, like when I just heard the name, because I hadn't seen promo of it and that. But I thought, oh, maybe it's a Christian film about like, because if I'm thinking Sinners, it's giving Christian related for me. It's thinking, oh, how can we come to the light kind of stuff. I didn't know that it was a horror, this, because the name doesn't, it wouldn't put me off. Because, of course.
I didn't actually see a trailer or nothing.
I haven't seen nothing to this day.
The moment I saw it was when people started saying, don't watch it.
Yeah.
I think for me, the reason why I think that it's not good to watch is because I heard that the voodoo in there, like the curses and...
There's actually that.
Apparently the actress went to like a witch lady or something to basically like be able to like do her role properly or something. Yeah.
People want to get, you want money that much. You want to get that into your role. Are you mad?
No, yes. Outside people want power. People are power hungry. Like they want
outside of.
You're selling your soul for.
I was gonna say the Damson Idris thing. Did you see that Damson Idris thing?
He was saying how like something
when he did
to get into character and whatever.
Yeah, but then this is what I mean, I don't know. I guess this is what actors do to try and understand the characters that they're working. Because I saw the Damson Idris thing. I think he went to the corner and was like
inducing, like
he was saying. He said, "Not me, devil, come into me," something like that. Yeah, and it's an interview. He said, like, "Not me again, devil, come into him." Yeah, I'm being very careful. Not even try to come with me on my household.
Hey man, nah, God forbid.
But that's what he said. He went to the corner. He realized he wasn't in character enough. He wasn't like doing it well. Like I'm watching Liverpool to know.
And you know what we would do if we were actors? We would say, "God, do you have your way? God, have your way."
No, the same way.
And work in me.
That is about to lead worship. They have to say, "God, have your way." The same way he's about to do something that's of the devil. He's calling on to his God. What were you saying, Nebus?
Hey.
No, I was just basically saying that sometimes I think the extent that actors go through for some things I just can't do.
Yeah.
Of course. Because at that point it's no more just acting. You understand what you're doing, it's no more just acting. You actually want to become something else.
No,
you actually want to become something else because you understand that you yourself understand that it's deeper. If it was just acting, you can act.
Say something like that as well.
Is it
about like becoming the person? But it was it was a bit more than just acting as a role.
Oh,
it was like,
God.
Yeah, it was way more. But there was another one. There's a program that we not grew up watching, but something with witchcraft or something. I can't remember.
Witches.
I'm not sure, but either way, the woman also said that it was real curses that were being said in the kids show, basically.
That's crazy.
That's how they just disguise it and put it in.
Yeah.
And
it's crazy.
You really have to be like open to what you're seeing. Not open to it, sorry. Realize it, like, I don't know.
Yeah, but like, it's so hard. I feel like, this is like one of my frustrations. Like, I feel like one thing I can't stand is that it's not that deep.
No,
because it is that deep. But then how do you get
the ignorance.
To understand it's not that, it is that deep. Because that's where like my heart just like, because even when Christians say things like it's not that deep, not even on a judgmental one, but it is. But it's like, it's really just, it's like, how do you get people to understand that?
And all you can just do is like educate.
You just have to keep on educating and be like, it's like, why? Like, what do you get? Like, for me, I would never personally stand up for a horror because...
Yeah, like, why do you need to say it's not that deep?
Why do you feel comfortable about, like, standing and saying, oh, it's not that deep, like, let them da-da-da-da-da. It's about culture. It's like, that was another argument, like, Sinners is about...
Wait, Sinners is about culture?
It's about, like, embracing black music and culture and all these things.
Because I can't lie, that was also with the, what's it called? The stuff that Ashake does.
Oh, who was it?
God. I can't remember, but like okay.
No,
because people will be like, "Oh, it's not demonic; it's African culture or whatever." But like,
free me from that. But not my Africa, but that is it.
Bro, or even like,
why should you get associated to it still though? Like,
yeah,
it probably is, but still like, know when to detach.
Don't say that, Shaki
things, bro.
I think sometimes you have to kind of be sensitive with these things because there are some countries and that have states that actually practice these things. Obviously we know it's bad, but that's what they kind of embrace. Obviously I'm not speaking about Ashake, I'm speaking more about, I'll just use, maybe I won't use that as an example, but I just know that there's some that I'm speaking for Nigeria. I know there's some states that embark in certain things that I wouldn't, but that is their culture.
You know,
but it stems from like
that's what I was
practices.
When I was watching back, there was another pod episode, and then you said something like, it's like it's Nigerian culture or whatever, but that doesn't mean it can't be demonic. Sorry.
I'm not saying that it's not demonic. I'm just saying that it's actually people's culture. So it's like you kind of have to tread lightly on how you speak about people's cultures. No, because people like if you like, for example, in Benin. And if you're from Benin, please don't beat me. But I know that some of their culture can be misconstrued as things that look like witchcraft, example. I don't know because I don't know their culture that much. But I've got people, I know people that are from there.
Yeah. But at the same time, I think
I'm not saying that it's not demonic.
I think people only want to stand for my culture when it's being called out for. On a day-to-day, you're not standing for that culture. Yeah. So I think when someone calls out and you want to excuse or like justify your loving for something, suddenly it's culture, when one day, Monday to Friday, it wasn't culture. Like you probably don't even care, but suddenly you've gone through history about it and now it's my culture, when you don't care to defend it on like Mondays. Not defend your culture, but this like statue or this idol.
People pick and choose, and that's just, unfortunately, that's just...
Well, we can't live like that.
We can't, and it's not right, but...
And you know what I also think it's mad? Because say, for instance, let me take it to church. Let's say...
Let me take it to church!
You like...
Carl Franklin!
Alright, but I meant it literally, like, when we're in church, you keep jumping me. I'm going back to sit there, so no one can get on me. When we're literally in church, let's say, like, there's a man of God who's identified something in your bloodline. And your bloodline, let's say someone back in your line went to go and engage in a certain practice. You're not defending it because it's your culture. You know that the thing is wrong.
That is so true. And you want to disassociate yourself from that thing. I don't care if my so-and-so from way back 1800s was doing this because it was normal Ghanaian culture. If it's something I want to cut myself from, I will. Yes,
do you know
it's
what I mean?
so
So
true.
it's not just because it's a song, and I think that's something we should be aware of as well. So I think people are picking and choosing, but at the detriment of what? Your soul?
Yeah, that's a good
word.
Yeah.
At what cost?
At what cost?
At what cost, basically.
Sorry to bring... I'm not sorry to bring back. But I think Ramas just had another concert. And it's mad to me that...
Did he?
Yeah, I saw it on Snapchat.
He did. I saw people going again, yeah.
And it's mad to me...
Here we go again.
Here we go again. But it's like, it genuinely baffles me. And
okay, he's my example that I was going to say, because he's from Benin, and like, see, all the artifacts and things that he puts in his concerts are actually like,
all I saw was flaming fire and red lights, and there's no way you can tell me that
And
does
people
not look
felt-
like a portal to
like
hell.
Christians will actually walk it out, guys.
Oh, like
this time, that's
No, the last one. I don't know about this
I
time.
don't know about
The last
this
one, people were actually sending TikTok. I mean, like, there were TikToks of people leaving. People left sinners as well. People left sinners as well, by the way.
People left sinners.
As in, like, people left sinners. As in, Christians left sinners. Someone was evangelizing inside the movie, by the way, guys. No joke.
Some people said sinners was 10 out of 10.
Some people such a mixture.
Some people said it's this.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm not.
Artifaction.
Well, that was actually on.
No, we need our version of the helmet for real. It's too much.
Artifacts were, yeah.
sorry, I need to think, so I've actually, sorry,
You've lost your
everyone
point.
started
Sorry.
speaking on my head.
Let me go back. So at the Rama concert, there's no way you can look at that as even if I wasn't a Christian, I would think, oh, this is a bit crazy.
A bit spooky.
Sorry,
Yeah, a little bit.
eerie.
Yes.
I am thinking this is art. There's nothing about that looks like art. That looks like hell. That looks like the hell that is written in the Bible. In the Bible. There's no way you can see, because I saw it was one angle, but it's red and there's lake on fire. And you're telling me we're all singing Mary, Mary, Mary. Because I was saying, Bounce. Remember when Bounce was my song?
Yeah.
Remember
How does it go
Bounce?
again?
Girl, I'm in love with your booty,
Oh,
Bounce.
that's really
That was my tune. Like how I loved,
so catchy.
how I loved.
And that's how it goes.
That's how they get in.
Yeah.
That was my tune.
There's actually a couple that I actually like.
How I like No Comedy, that was my tune. But I realized I had to stop. There's certain like it just felt too like, do you know what I mean? Like you have to come to a point where no matter how much you like something, you gotta be honest with yourself and say this thing isn't glorifying my God.
Yeah.
I don't want to support, even if I'm not publicly saying, oh, I don't listen to this guy.
Yeah,
like,
you don't
I
have to.
in my soul don't feel comfortable. Like when you listen to this, you don't feel comfortable. Because sorry, that hell lake of fire that I saw on that stage,
Like a fire.
mercy on us all. Because why is it so? It's just in our faces.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's just like Devil's like, yeah, I'm here,
Don't
and I'm.
tell me it's art. Like,
But then
But
one thing.
also as well,
Go
sorry,
on.
let's
No, go on.
quickly. But black people love to do this thing where they stick up for Rema because it's Rema and it's cultural, whatever. But Sam Smith, I don't know if you guys remember his Grammy performance.
Right, people
from
were
back
quick
in the
to
day.
say.
Yeah.
It was bad, like hell flame.
I
I think was there like devils walking around?
Was he not dressed in the devil?
He was probably even dressed in the devil.
I think we even showed it, put it on the church screen to show, but look what's going on in the world.
And nobody was saying, oh, it's
so
cultural because
true.
it's Sam Smith.
Yeah.
He's a white guy. But when it's a black guy, then it's cultural.
That's actually
And
true.
that's not fair. Also, as well,
That's
with the whole
actually true.
artifact thing, or it's from Benin or whatever, I think that if certain things in their heritage, whatever, it can be demonic though. So it's like,
Yeah.
you should still call it out. That is,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it is because I don't know, I haven't seen the artifacts
Same.
Yeah.
or whatever. But if there's people that have been like, oh, by the way, this is demonic, and then people are covering it up by saying, oh, it's cultural from generations ago, that doesn't mean that you carry on doing things just because they're
Because a lot of what they indulged in
like,
was like
it was
dark practices. It's unfortunate, but it was.
It is.
So,
I think my thing was, as in like you said, even if they're not
Even if
Christian,
yeah.
they should see. But the thing is, they should see, but at the same time, guys, we've been especially you've basically been born in church. You've been, your eyes, everything has been open to things from early, so you're naturally just sensitive to things. Like going back to my main point of power, guys, I used to watch it and feel nothing. Now I'm thinking, wow, do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So it actually does matter how much you're connected spiritually.
No, of course.
It matters so much. You don't even realize it until you're on the other side of it, genuinely. So it is for us as Christians to do what we need to do. I can't lie. As in like educate even like our younger siblings and stuff from early. Just be letting them know.
My brother older.
As in start from early. Like so many things start from early. All this horoscope. Please buy.
That's a whole.
I was
All
literally
that,
sorry. I was literally saying to Ellen the other day, like, I don't know how people remember stuff. When people are like, oh my gosh, you're a Libra, like that means we're so compatible. How do you know that? Like, why do you remember that a Taurus does X, Y, and Z? Like, firstly, I'm like, I'm not a nothing. Like, I'm born in October, yeah, but I'm not that, please. But they're like, oh, we're so compatible. How do you remember them?
Yeah.
No, how do you remember
And
them?
you know what? You get so like used to it.
Yeah, we used to wear necklaces with.
I was just about to say, I used to have a Sagittarius necklace.
yeah.
Like
Same Taurus as well.
Vibe,
like, it's in our faces.
And I didn't even think it was that deep. I used to wear it every single day. And even now, when people say to me their birthday, I still think in my head, oh, you're this, oh, you're that. I don't go as far as we're compatible, like we're not compatible.
Yeah.
But I do think, oh, you're this.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. You really have to like unlearn.
You do have to unlearn. It is very true.
Because it's so.
Yeah, and so we just have to plant seeds as well and let God do the rest. 100%.
I've had to find the balance. Like, of course, being like raised, but even being born into or like raised in church, like there's things you have to like unlearn as well.
Yes,
like,
100%.
Like, of course, be so comfortable living in certain sins or doing certain things, but you have to come to a point where it's like, nah, this isn't it. And I think it's finding the balance of where, it depends on, not that it depends on what it is, but like understanding that not everyone is of the same level. And then I also don't think that's an excuse, because I've said
not
it before.
excuse,
like,
yeah.
it's not an excuse.
Where does it become excuse?
Like I think knowing right and wrong, like how do I explain it? Like, for instance, 1 Corinthians 4:4, the gods of this world has blinded their minds, they can't see. So I very much understand that a lot of people can't see certain things because they're literally blinded. And I do get that. And my heart is literally going out to the world, because this generation, we are in a lost generation.
Yeah.
Like, it's very sad. But at the same time, I think if you are a Christian and you want to do better, you can't keep using everything as an excuse. And if you're not a Christian, of course, that's where we come in to be the light and to kind of educate people.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think I'm just upset and like frustrated holily anger at like when we just ignore like deep things and like, oh, it's just this, it's just that, because the Samson point is so true and we know better. And I think like if you want like you said, like if you want, how many times do I say like, bruh?
Yeah.
We've got you already. Should we go again? Part 2.
I think it comes down to like the spiritual sensitivity.
Yeah.
So I don't want to start saying like time is ticking.
Yeah.
I don't want to be doing that. I really don't want to be like, you don't know and got it. But like,
but it's true though.
Yeah.
It's the
like at some point you have to be like, let me cut the crap. Like, let me actually cut the crap.
But then that's another thing, because who people are around is a big difference as well, man.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so many people, they have been in the light, they went church with their family consistently, but they just have the wrong friends and they just keep getting dragged out. And they just don't lock in, like with their, for example, their church community that is giving them light. So they're just consistently, I literally can think of like so many names in my head right now. I think of so many people all the time who will just literally go church, locked in the light, but they have so many friends that are in the world, they do everything in the world, and they're scared to miss out on what's going on in the world, that they just can't. No, they can, but they just choose not to. FOMO is, I don't know what's that spirit. I am so glad that God released me from that. Like, you know, guys, I can watch snaps of things, I'm like, feel nothing. I'm just happily just like, and I'm actually so glad to God that He's actually taken that away from me. Just for anything, not just parties, just like things in general. Just FOMO to so many things.
When I was away, I was getting FOMO of church. Like, I'm not joking. I'll be watching Zoom. I see everyone dancing at the front. I'm like, oh, just in Thailand, like, oh, I'm gonna be dancing at the front as well.
Yeah.
Like, I think that is a really big thing, because even something like back to your question about watching sinners, I think a lot of people feel like, oh, I want to, it's just follow, like, we're just
they want to snap that screen. They just want to.
I just think what you said. It's true though.
They just want to.
Like, they just want to feel like, oh, me too, I watched it, and me too, this is this, because like, you've watched it, Buzz. Like, what actually?
I haven't watched it.
No, she hasn't watched it.
I always said you were going to watch it.
No, I am going to watch it. I still am going to watch it.
Because I wanted someone who actually watched it to say, because I couldn't tell you the ins and outs of the film.
Next episode, I'll come back with a review.
Yeah.
Why don't you watch it? Because you like horrors.
No, because I just actually want to watch it. You see, I'd rather watch things for myself than just...
Oh, but...
Yeah. No, I don't watch things myself. Like,
you know what? You know when Mark was like, when someone says, "Let me make my own mistakes."
Yeah.
No, but I'm still gonna. I mean, to be fair, I was gonna watch it.
Regardless, yeah.
I just hadn't had the time to watch it.
I just hadn't had the time to watch it. No, but I am gonna watch it.
Listen, I don't know. I haven't watched it. I didn't think like whether it's right or wrong, but I just think in general we need to just not always want to make our own mistakes. I don't have an opinion on the Zach's movie. Yeah.
But
just think movies in general.
Yeah, I was the horror movies.
Yeah.
It's not. It's movies. It's music. It's so many things.
It may not even just be horror. It can be like the
it's
drug.
books.
It can be like the drug crime films.
Yeah.
Like you're saying that we like to watch.
It's everything, man.
Even the over-sexuality in power is crazy.
It's too much.
Like the nudity, it's in your
like
face.
deep if you're actually practicing celibacy.
It's mad.
It's just like
no, Because I know people that
I can't lie,
have said
it's
that,
actually mad.
people that have said that they've deactivated Twitter because a lot of the time you're scrolling on Twitter.
Yeah.
Comes out.
Recently, yeah.
So I know people that have said that they've deactivated Twitter because it's very, very nude.
Yeah, you'll just scroll and see, then you block, and then it's coming back again.
And
Like,
it's Twitter. Like,
make
why
it
am I
make
seeing
sense.
that? It's
True.
mad.
Guys, if you were sitting on a train, this is randomly popped to my head, and you saw someone sitting across from you and they were reading 50 Shades of Grey, would you think like, wow, like you're reading that on the train? The reason why I asked here is because you know the movie?
Yeah.
Like it was like a mad sexual movie.
I didn't watch
If I
it.
was sitting on the train and I saw somebody reading that book across from me, I would think like, you're watching porn on the train. That's like basically what's saying.
No, but this is because...
inappropriate.
But this
That
is...
makes me think, so why are you watching?
This is because, like, my point, spiritually, this is why, because we was not thinking that before, guys. We was not thinking that before. So I think we just more clued up, man.
Yeah.
We're generally just more clued up.
Because I used to really like that song by The Weeknd, Earned It, but that was associated with 50 Shades of Grey. And it was very sexual. When you actually go and think, it's like, oh, actually, this is a bit... Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Great discussion. Love that one.
Great. Love that one. But where can they find us? Go.
Okay, you can find us on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, and
TikTok.
TikTok
At the Flatmates Pod.